In the mystical heart of India lies the sacred city of Varanasi, a place where the Ganges River flows with a divine rhythm, carrying with it stories of miracles, devotion, and transcendence. Among these tales is the incredible life of Trailanga Swami, a yogi whose powers defied death and logic. Today, I invite you on a journey to uncover the miraculous story of a man many believed to be a living incarnation of Lord Shiva himself. The divine birth of Trailanga Swami. Our story begins in 1607 in a small village in West Bengal. Shivarama, the boy who would become Trailanga Swami, was born into a family that recognized his unusual aura. From an early age, Shivarama displayed a profound sense of detachment from the world. While other children played, he would sit in meditation for hours, his gaze fixed on an invisible realm beyond the physical. When Shivarama lost his parents at a young age, his relatives took him in. But even under their care, his hunger for spiritual enlightenment grew stronger. It is said that during his teenage years, Shivarama began to experience visions and a pull toward the sacred. One day, he declared that his life's purpose was to seek the ultimate truth. His spiritual inclination was nurtured by the stories of great sages and saints. He spent his youth in contemplation, often disappearing into the forests to meditate for days on end. Those who knew him during this time spoke of his unshakable focus and a sense of peace that seemed to surround him wherever he went. The spiritual journey to sainthood. At the age of 40, Shivarama renounced worldly life and set out on a spiritual quest that led him to Varanasi. The city's ancient temples and sacred river became his home. It was here that Shivarama transformed into Trailanga Swami, a yogi who would perform acts that left even the most skeptical in awe. Trailanga Swami's presence was magnetic. His towering frame, smeared with ash and draped in minimal clothing, radiated a divine energy. Locals often found him sitting motionless on the ghats of the Ganges, lost in deep meditation. But what truly set him apart were the miracles that seemed to flow effortlessly from his being. He was known to meditate for days without food or water, his body unaffected by the passage of time. Stories began to circulate about his extraordinary abilities, drawing pilgrims, skeptics, and seekers from all corners of the land. Despite the attention, Trailanga Swami remained humble, attributing all his powers to the divine. Miracles that stunned the world. Walking on water. One of the most famous miracles attributed to Trailanga Swami was his ability to walk on water. Witnesses described seeing him step onto the surface of the Ganges as if it were solid ground. With each step, he seemed to defy the very laws of nature, leaving onlookers in stunned silence. Was it faith? Was it divine grace? No one could explain. Drinking poison without harm. Another astonishing tale recounts a skeptic offering Trailanga Swami a bucket of poison to test his divinity. To everyone's shock, the Swami drank it without hesitation. Instead of harm, the poison seemed to have no effect on him. He smiled and said, "When one is in union with the divine, nothing can harm them." Floating on the Ganges. Trailanga Swami was often seen floating for days on the Ganges, his body perfectly still, as if he were one with the river. Devotees believed he had transcended his physical form, merging his consciousness with the infinite. The sight of him floating, illuminated by the soft glow of the moon, became a symbol of ultimate surrender. Bilocation. Perhaps the most baffling phenomenon was the accounts of bilocation. Trailanga Swami was reportedly seen in two places at the same time, teaching disciples on one side of the river while appearing miles away to bless a devotee. This left even his closest followers questioning the limits of human existence. Defying gravity. One account tells of Trailanga Swami meditating on a small wooden platform in the middle of the Ganges. Despite the strong currents, the platform remained perfectly still, as if anchored by an unseen force. Witnesses claimed it was as though gravity itself obeyed his will, surviving without food or water. Trailanga Swami was known to survive for months, even years, without consuming food or water. Scientists of the time were baffled, as his body showed no signs of malnutrition or dehydration. He often explained that his sustenance came from the divine, not from earthly means. Trailanga Swami, the Walking Shiva. Trailanga Swami's devotees often refer to him as the Walking Shiva, and for good reason. His appearance, long matted hair, ash-smeared body, and tiger skin wrap, mirrored the Hindu god of destruction and transformation. But it wasn't just his physical resemblance. Trailanga Swami's life embodied Shiva's essence: detachment, power, and the transcendence of dualities. He lived without possessions, relying solely on the generosity of others. When asked about his miraculous powers, he would humbly reply, "I am nothing. It is the divine working through me." For his followers, he was both a teacher and a living deity. His connection to Shiva was further solidified by his deep understanding of yogic sciences. He often spoke of the Kundalini energy, the coiled serpent power within every individual, and how its awakening could lead to liberation. For Trailanga Swami, this was not just a theory, but a lived reality. Timeless teachings of Trailanga Swami. While his miracles drew crowds, Trailanga Swami's true gift lay in his teachings. He believed that the ultimate purpose of life was to realize the divine within oneself. His lessons were simple yet profound. Detach from material desires. They are fleeting illusions. See the divine in all beings and rise above dualities. True power lies in surrendering to the will of the universe. These teachings, delivered with compassion and clarity, resonated with seekers from all walks of life. For Trailanga Swami, enlightenment was not a distant goal, but an ever-present reality waiting to be realized. He also emphasized the importance of meditation and silence. In silence, he would say, you can hear the voice of the divine. His words inspired countless individuals to embark on their own spiritual journeys. The legacy of a miracle worker. Trailanga Swami passed away in 1887, but his presence remains alive in the hearts of those who visit Varanasi. The ghats where he meditated, the stories of his miracles, and the wisdom he imparted continue to inspire generations. Today, he is celebrated not just as a yogi, but as a symbol of humanity's limitless potential. Modern spiritual leaders often reference Trailanga Swami as an example of what is possible when one is fully aligned with the divine. His life serves as a bridge between the mystical and the scientific, urging us to explore the depths of our own consciousness. The story of Trailanga Swami is not just about miracles. It's about the power of faith, devotion, and the human spirit. Whether you see him as a divine incarnation or a master of yogic science, his life challenges us to look beyond the physical and embrace the infinite possibilities within ourselves. So, the next time you find yourself standing by a river or gazing at the stars, remember Trailanga Swami, the yogi who defied death and left behind a legacy of hope and inspiration.